Dive into honest and in-the-moment conversations about the power of music and other engaging topics with some of the world's best DJs, producers, artists, engineers, and others from the Serato studio. This is Serato Unscripted.
All right. This is the premiere of our new podcast series, I guess.
Oh, man. Serato podcast. Oh, does it have a title?
The working title is Unscripted.
Okay.
Yeah. With J.Rocc.
Special guest.
Special guest.
There we go.
Episode 1.
Yeah,
Episode
featuring
1.
made it sound like it was my thing.
Right.
So-and-so featuring. But wait, who are you guys? If this is the first one, you want to tell people?
Sure. My name is OP, and I'm from New York.
You don't say.
Here. But I'm chilling here in the LA studio with Mr. Matt Perry and J.Rocc.
Yep, and you guys are pretty high up there in the Serato chain of command.
Yeah. This interview is not about us, though.
I know, but I'm saying you guys. It's a pleasure to be here, I should say.
Well,
you guys
welcome.
are definitely some cats I thank very much for your service. You guys are very helpful. Like I told you when I first met you, I watched your videos before I even know who you were. I used to watch all the Serato, not all, but used to watch a lot of the Serato videos when I had questions at home. And you, Matt, I bug you from time to time and ask you questions.
Well, we've done a lot of good little sessions in Highland Park and around town.
Yes.
Yeah.
Had some good times.
Yeah. Thank you for coming today, man.
No, thank you for having me for the debut of your guys' venture into interviewing and podcast.
And you're no stranger to radio shows. You have a radio show currently, right?
Yep, KPFK, Adventures in Stereo.
And what's the theme of Adventures in Stereo?
Not really a theme, just more or less new music and maybe some older stuff. I don't try to do themes because every show's a different theme anyway. So there's no just set thing on the show. So 1 week I'll have someone like big. Who is that? Oh, Big Twin. Like someone like thug, super thug dude, Big Twin.
The Twin from Mobb Deep?
Yeah.
Wow.
So he'll be a guest from and then I'll have someone like Laraji, new age guy, peaceful, So it doesn't matter. I have whoever on, and I just like to have a radio show. It's just fun.
You've been doing radio for a long time, though, right? You did K-Day, is it?
No, I used to I've done the beat, and then I've done Power 106.
That's right.
And then now KPFK. And that's the only stations in LA. But I've been guest on, on KCRW and
The Pharmacy as well, right?
Yeah, Apple Music. That's fun. That was a thing. Yep. We're on hiatus right now. We'll be back, but that in itself is pretty crazy because that's a Dr. Dre thing on Apple Music, and as a kid, I grew up wanting to basically be like Dr. Dre in the mix. I grew up getting his mixtapes from the Rhodium, and he would have on his tapes, he would always have these 4-track mixes. And as a kid, and his mixes were clean too. And as a kid, I grew up listening to a lot of those tapes. And for fast forward this many years to be an adult DJing on his show, it was pretty cool. I mean, that's a cool honor to do.
Doubt.
Yeah, it was fun. Definitely fun. Can't wait to get back on there, but it was great. 4-track mixes all the way. So I would very intricate mixes.
Every week?
First it was every 2 weeks, and then it turned into once a month because we would rotate. Me and DJ Battle Cat.
Right.
So Battle Cat and me
DPG Battle Cat.
Yeah, it started off with both of us together, and we would just collaborate mixing, and then after a while, it just turned into just you do 1 week and then you do 1 week. It was cool though. It was fun.
That's a lot of work though. Hey, four tracks every.
A 4-track mix, yeah, 12 minutes, 7 of them, sometimes 8 of them.
Wow.
Yeah, and all the new stuff, and try to throw in a little bit of old stuff. So trying to throw in, I don't know, the newest Drake song that's at least somewhat fittable for that format. Hip hop, you know. Try to cover the board with everything on that show. Unlike my show is just, like I said, Laraji and Big Twin. If I was trying to have them on my show, they'd be like, on Pharmacy, they were like,
What was some of the guests on Pharmacy though?
Oh my goodness, shoot, Snoop, Warren G, those were the most recent. We had that I was there for. I mean, they've had Quincy Jones.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they've had. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think who we've had. They have mostly gangster, and I don't, not to be, but yeah, they have mostly gangster and
West Coast.
Not really just West Coast, but stuff that more would fit the Pharmacy's look. You know what I'm saying?
They
That's
gotta
all.
appeal to an audience.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Their audience isn't going to care about. They may care about Big Twin, but Laraji's not happening.
Yeah.
No.
So what's the conversation like between you and Big Twin, and then you and Laraji? I'm sure there has to be some type of
for sure,
interesting dynamic that goes on.
Well, Big Twin, I'm just thugging it up. So that's the whole conversation's about just Queens, and of course his work, and of course Prodigy and
R.I.P.
his upbringing. He was a cool guest because I asked him almost everything except whoever was cut out on the Mobb Deep cover. So he was pretty. He let everything. He was cool. He wasn't thug. I guess I bring out the unthug of him. He was laughing, telling jokes. I mean, he was a real cool cat. And then Laraji, I'm just, how did you start, into this new age thing? Because he's totally peaceful guy, and he's a new age artist. So he's different. He'll change your life listening to him talk, because he's just on a whole different plane. They are different interviews, but in the same time, I talk to him just like I talk to like a homie, or talk to you guys, or I go with what I know. I may do a little looking online for an artist, but I'm not as that geeky. I'm not like, oh my God, this is the first song. Like I had Tony Allen on.
Oh yeah,
from
from
Fela.
Yeah,
Afrobeat. And I've had just recently I've had this guy named Vince Wilburn, and he's Miles Davis' nephew, but he also played on the 80s albums, like 2 or 3 of the 80s albums.
Oh, the Miles Davis 80s albums? Oh, dope. That was dope, man. They had like Marcus Miller. He did
they're
stuff.
on those.
Yeah.
So yeah, he played drums on a couple of those.
Oh, wow.
And toured with him and stuff.
Tony Williams. Sorry, what's his name?
His name is Vince Wilburn.
Okay, my bad. I'm getting it mixed up.
You getting me about that? Yeah, man, Tony Williams, man. Yeah, he was dope. Yeah, who else have we had? I've had a lot of dope. Damian Marley.
Wow.
One of the beat nuts has been who was that? Psycho Les.
Shout out.
So
good stories.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody. Like, I just try to get whoever's in town. It's kind of hard. KPFK, they're like, is that even a real thing? Like, come on, man, come to the show. Yeah. But they come through and they hook it up. So it's dope. It is different. Big Twin, he just wanted to tell Queen. But I've even had Ron Artest.
What?
And that's the thing. I'm sorry, Meta World Peace.
Oh, my bad.
So, I'm sorry.
There you go.
So I've had them on. I've had him on twice, actually.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. He's actually came to town, and I hit up the liaison. Hey, I want to go to your friend's show tonight. And I was like, hey,
Oh, dope.
okay.
Is he from Queens
What
too?
do you? Yeah. So
Yeah.
Big Twin and Meta World Peace are good friends.
No way.
Yeah. So actually, Big Twin was talking about Ron Artest stories, and then I brought up that to Meta World Peace, and he was like, oh yeah. I was calling him Ron on the show. I was like, oh man, Ron. I'm sorry. I called him Meta too, but he was cool, man. He's real cool. He came by. He would hang out. So yeah. I've had a couple dope guests, a couple here and there, and he's actually a hard person to talk to because I don't know jack about basketball, like stats, and like I just know the common knowledge type of thing. So
Right.
I don't know any like super crazy stuff. So talking to him, it's just talking to him. I can't be like, oh man, remember that game and that when you shot the I can't say, or even the fight. Like that was no big deal to me when he
The public.
yeah when he jumped. I could even say, oh man, what was because he was that cool. He wouldn't have cared if we talked about it.
Oh,
And
really?
Yeah, he was dope, man. He stayed for about, I think he stayed almost for the whole show.
Oh,
And I
wow.
just play all Queensbridge. I played Mobb Deep. And he had a story for everything. Roxanne Shante was his babysitter. And
No way.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
like he was dope, man. He had crazy stories.
He's
man.
in that Nas's Like video too, right?
Oh, is he? I didn't even know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I could see. I should have done my research. I could have been like, so you were in the Nas's Like video. What was that experience like?
I might have had that wrong, but I'm pretty
Nah,
sure.
he might have been. Yeah, so basically with him, I would just talked about Queens and growing up, and does he still keep in contact with those type of cats, and he was dope, man. Ron Artest. I mean, I'm terrible. Metal World Peace is dope because that was the first thing I said out my mouth too. Tonight we got Ron Artest, and
You look at you crazy.
nah, not at all. He was just like, he just leaned back and was just like chilling, like, yo, yeah, what up, money? He was dope.
But he doesn't DJ.
Nah. Thank God. Everyone DJs nowadays. I mean, you know what? Not thank God, because that means more people buy Serato,
That's
Jack.
right.
There you go.
Right
Tie
there,
it back
man.
in.
Boom, boom,
Tie it back
boom,
in.
boom.
Tie it back
A
in.
word from our sponsor.
Word from our sponsor. We'll be right back. No, I'll say one person I know that uses Serato now, but he was DJing, is Shaq.
That's
Another
right.
basketball player.
Yes.
Yep.
Shaquille, because I used to, when I was on Power.
Also a Laker.
Yep.
Yeah.
When I was on Power, we used to do Friday Night Flavors,
That's right.
I remember
and that was the show I was on.
That's the one.
And the years I was on Baker Boys, and then later on we did our own. Baker Boys left, and we ended up taking over and doing our Fantastic Four and Mr. Chalk and all of us.
You know what's crazy? Originus.
Yep.
He has this.
C minus.
Yeah, exactly. So Originus has this because he has this recording of when you guys interviewed J.Lib.
Yep.
On Future Flavor.
Friday Night
Friday Night
Flavors.
Flavors, my
It's
bad.
okay, man.
Future Flavors, New York.
Yeah.
Friday
Yeah.
Flavors.
It's all
West
right.
Coast.
We were the first, though, man. Friday Night Flavors was the first.
But yo, I listened to that. It was like it was a moment, man. That show, and J.Lib, all that stuff happening. It was,
Yeah,
it
that
something
was
else.
the beginning of my J-Lib, because that was where they actually, yo, man, you gotta come on tour with us, man.
Wow.
Yeah, because I didn't
On that
even.
show?
Yeah. Well, after the show, not exactly. Hey, yo, J.Rocc, man, why don't you come? No, actually on the show, but no, after the show, they were like, yo, you need to come and DJ with us, man.
Wow.
I mean, DJ for us. I was like, yeah, come on, let's go.
Because they both DJ, but I mean they're both. rappers.
Yeah, they both could have did it themselves,
Yeah.
definitely. And Dilla actually did it himself when he did Slum Village stuff.
Oh really?
Yeah, because he would have two MPs hooked up
Wow.
and just
Yeah, I was just watching that the other day on YouTube. Old
You'd be
Slum-
over
No
here.
Slum
way.
video, yeah.
He'd be over here.
And he had the mic set up at the stand.
Yeah, they would have a
at the-
mic one.
Yeah,
And they all
Holy
rotate
shit.
though.
yeah,
They were all, like, everyone knew how to do so. Everyone knew how to work something or push play at least.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So they would all bot-in, would go, what you want to hear now? And, yeah, definitely try to look for, there's a couple clips on there
Wow.
on YouTube with them performing like that. And it was, so he used to do that. Yeah, too. Yeah, that's dope. That was a good show, man. That was the first show ever.
And then you went on from that show. You went on tour with them With
That was
J-Lib?
the start. Yeah. What,
Where-
2004, 5 or something?
How long was the tour?
I mean, it just lasted until Dilla passed. You know what I mean? Whenever we had a show, I would definitely go. And whenever he had a solo show, he would always ask, "Yo, J.Rocc, I have a show." You know, his last tour I was supposed to go when he was in the wheelchair, but I had I had to do something with Madlib,
Right.
so I couldn't even go to that. I was like, "Oh man." I didn't know it was going to be his last. Like,
Well, I heard that you were kind of responsible in a lot of ways for putting those guys together. Is that
For
right?
sure. For A&R, man. My name should be on that record. Nah.
Well, yeah.
That was through, Jake One,
Yeah.
Seattle. Okay, so Jake One.
Tuxedo.
Yep. Probably, I don't know, what year is Sun Village? 95. So 95, 94, 95, he would get these JD beat tapes. And I've known Jake for a minute, so he, oh man, I just got this dude JD, and we knew we were, guy that does, whatever. I forgot what was out at the time, Far Side probably.
Yeah.
So yo, yeah, that dude, we got his beat tape. Well, all right, word. So he would dub all the beat tapes for me. So that would be like road trip music. And then one year, he got the majority of this batch they called Dilla Beats. And at this point, I was hanging tough with Madlib like all the time. So me and Madlib go record shopping and all that. And then I told him one day, I was like, oh my goodness, I got a batch of J Dilla or JD beats, man. Oh my, J Dilla at that time. Yeah, he was J Dilla. Right. So I got the J Dilla beat CDs. Jake One laced me. It's like, oh, and so I dubbed him up. And then I gave him all, and the next thing you know, he just did remixes. He didn't really rap on all of them. He'd throw like Simon Says over a beat, or he did a lot of those. And that was the first CD. The first CD was like maybe 2 songs of him, and then 5 just acapellas over shit. And then that's when Wolf heard that, and that's it. And Wolf heard it, and he put out one song.
Was that The Message? Yeah.
Yep. So that's the batch I gave him. That batch. Right. That's like Dilla Beats Volume 1 through 5 or whatever. So yeah, and then he put that out, and then I got the whole ball rolling. But yeah, I gave
Wow.
Otis the CDs. Like, yo, man. I remember I was like, yo, you never guess what I got.
Yeah. I mean, that Message
That was
beat's
so
crazy.
gold. Yeah, the beat was dope. The whole CD he did was dope. There's another song, like a Quasimodo song, that was pretty dope on that.
Wow. So that came through Jake and you to...
Well, yeah, just me and Jake trading back and forth. Because actually on the show, on that Friday Night Flavor show, I'm playing a bunch of originals and like all kind of shit in the background. And actually Jake hit me to a lot of those. So me and Jake used to go hard in the paint with early JD stuff. Like if I got something, I would hook him up, and if he got something, he would hook me up. I'm like, oh, bam, 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 bam.
That's so dope.
Yeah, it was dope.
Talk about how influential that time in radio was for LA, because there's just so many groups that came. Yeah. Like I remember coming to LA back then, very short trips, but I would hear you guys on the radio, and I was like, yo, this sounds completely different than New York radio. Like it was kind of incredible because you were just kind of pushing boundaries.
We were just on some LA, not West Coast as in gangster West Coast or what everyone thinks of West Coast. Like we were just on some West Coast shit, like K-Day. We wanted to mix. So
K-Day, yeah.
So that's where we always want to emulate. That's what when all the radio DJs that come after K-Day, we all wanted to emulate K-Day basically, because K-Day was just so dope.
They had live mix shows like in the 80s.
It was
and shit,
ridiculous.
right?
15 minutes. Like you could tape. I remember as a kid, you could get a 60-minute tape and have 2 mixes on each side. It was the perfect. They were dope. And so that was our blue LA. All LA DJs. That was our blueprint. So that's what we all grew up to, like Mello, because Mello did the beat and he did Julio G's show, and he used to, like, you want to talk about kill it. He would go up there and be playing Brandy and Total and
Mello or Julio?
Mello,
Yeah.
Melody. When he did his mix, he would do a 5 o'clock mix.
Mm.
And
Like a traffic jam.
yeah, that's exactly what it was. Yeah. So then, but he would go up there and just murder it. So that was all our point, like to go up there, play some heat, try to kill it, and have dope guests on, like, that were relevant to our scene. We didn't have the who was big at the time. Like, it's different though, because Baker Boys, when I did Friday Night Flavors with Baker Boys, even them, they're K-Day bred. They're from Bakersfield, so they used to get on the roofs.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, and get on the roof and try to get K-Day in.
That's crazy.
And I'm from Orange County when I was growing up, so to get K-Day in from then, it was like you had to basically do the same shit or get a wire hanger and like.
For all the kids that are listening right now
And
that don't understand about reception.
yeah, reception on our radio. This was the radio, and it was AM.
No internet.
1580, no internet. That was 5 o'clock. If you missed it, there was no. There was
No
going to be
replay.
no replay later at night.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Those tapes were crucial, like to figure out that you can get 2 on a. Oh man, it was crucial, and so yeah, you would have to like hook it up and it would come in like that was no joke what you would hear. K-Day would go from, you could get it clear as day from about 6 a.m., 5:30, 6 a.m., and then by 5:30, as soon as sunset,
Right.
as soon as the sun starts going, it would start sounding like
Wow.
that, and it would cross blend with the Spanish-speaking station. So you would hear, it's time, and at the same time you hear, so if you ever hear, everybody knows radio. Well, not everybody, but Eazy-E Radio. I'm on the radio.
Oh, the track. Yeah.
the song. Okay, that song in the beginning where it goes, doon doon shh, no caminos. That's what K-Day sound like.
No way.
No joke. They do an intro. That's K-Day.
Well-
Because all those people on that song are K-Day. Like Greg Mack at the end talking. That was the guy that used to do
wow.
the Mixmaster show, who did the traffic jam. That was the drive time big personality on K-Day. What you would call the big time. Nobody back then. There was no big radio. Maybe there was, but I didn't know it. Not being in radio, but he was the big prime time traffic jam
Announcer.
Your evening announcer dude, your Funk Master Flex guy of the day. But he didn't DJ. He had all these guys: Joe Cooley, Aladdin.
Oh wow.
Every West Coast DJ you can think of from those years came from like K-Day.
And so-
Tony G, Julio G, who ended up on the beat, and then he brought in Mello, who Mello influenced by Julio G, because Julio was like one of the first Mexican DJs. Him and Tony G were like they were called the G-Force.
Oh cool.
And they were like the prime K-Day mix masters. They were one of the head honchos also up there. Like, you definitely want to record their mixes. Like, there was a few, you'd be like, oh man, I'm not recording this mix. But then everybody else, you're like, you would record every mix, man.
Was K-Day like the first ones to play like rap music?
Hip-hop, all 24, they were the first.
Wow.
Very
Is that
first.
like I don't know.
85, 84.
And that's for US?
That's
Across the board.
period.
Really? So it started in LA.
I don't know. I think maybe UK was not 24, but UK had probably some dope ass shit going on. But as far as 24 hitting you over the head with but not just hip hop. There wasn't that much hip hop out at
R&B,
the point. Yeah,
yeah.
so they played the R&B that was hot at the time. So you hear the Jets or Evelyn Champagne King. Like, you would hear everything.
Yeah.
And that's why I think a lot of us West Coast as DJs, we got exposed to that.
Like the
The early bred of West Coast DJs, we got exposed to that. Like things changed in radio land at some point where everything just had to be, we're R&B, we're hip hop, we're pop, we're like, it was just like hit you over the head like nonstop like that. But at one point it was, I want to say it was as broad, but it was definitely, you could hear some Clash, or you could hear you would hear on the rock station, you hear White Lines or Erotic City.
Cameo or some shit. Yeah.
And then on the R&B station, you would hear like the Clash or Tears for Fears, Shout, or something. You know, you would hear, it was across the board. Now it's like, Tears for Fears, that goes on the rock station. You know, even, that beat is hot. Nah. Even, what's the song? There was a song called Let's Go All the Way, and they just totally bit Fly Girl. And like it would be, even that nowadays, they're like, no, that has to go with the art. But it's just Fly Girl beat. Like, it was a lot of that stuff. So we got to hear everything. It wasn't just straight down your throat, Easy E all day or anything, or Biz Markie, because that's where I first heard Make the Music with Your Mouth Biz was the morning show. You know, K-Day? On my way to school, like 7:30 a.m. Boom, boom.
Wow.
Like, I remember the day, like, pulling up, like, yo, man, hold on, don't let me out.
I'm not ready yet.
Like, we were in front of, my friend had a system. That was the days everybody had, you had to have a system. So
Woofers in the back.
Yeah, car speaker, shit. Someone probably had a car, you probably had a car speaker, but just that song. But yeah, K-Day was the first place I heard that. That was the morning show, you know. That's what you would hear in the bass. I used to get 120 cassettes.
Oh, yeah.
And so I used to leave for school and put it on record and then go to school and just record the morning show.
Wow.
That's how dope K-Day was. K-Day was the shit as far as playing everything. So you'd always get a catch up. You catch everything there.
You mentioned like getting like recording obviously these mixes. There was a thread on Twitter that I started about like really influential like,
the mixtape thing.
And there was a bunch of mixes that you referenced in that. And a lot of them
Dre
were,
almost.
Yeah, Dre, and there was some other ones. But were they on K-Day? How did you get those mixes?
Those mixtapes were throughout the years. I don't really. You remember what they are? You got a list of them? Like, you gotta have a list, man.
Let me try to find it.
What kind of interview is this, man? No. You got the computer open, fronting over there. No, what I do? I did Dre. I did. See, you suck, man. You can't call something out
and not be prepared for it.
Yeah, man. I did DJ Shame, one of mine, and the rest of my top 5 tapes. All 5 of mine, man.
Yeah.
No, what tapes? Can't find it.
It's just
so long ago.
Yeah. And you still have all these tapes?
For the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Functioning.
Definitely. Yeah. I got tape decks. I still look for Walkmans. I'll go to, I hate to give up my game, but I'll go to different bootleg ass, I'll call them, but ghetto ass or whatever, but electronic shops that sell like the speakers that have lights in them and stuff. Downtown Los Angeles and stuff like that. So I'll go, like downtown. I'll go downtown and check the area over there sometimes, but I like look for Walkmans. I'll look for, go to swap meets, look for Walkmans, buy tape decks. I have the what is that, Marantz? That's Tascam. I have the studio tape deck. It's so dope, but we don't do it. Wolf and Stone Store, they used to do this cassette store day thing, and then they would set up 2 tape decks, and everybody would come and just play tapes. But the tape decks they had pitch, so everybody.
That's right.
So me and Wolf would be nerds and have our tapes. Like, we would take it a little too serious. So we would try to mix. We'd be in there trying to mix the tapes, like, getting busy, doubles and all that shit. So we're off of tape decks. But then I found this one that is so killer, and it's a studio model. And like, as soon as you hit the button, it just starts and pause. Like it's so dope, but it has separate outputs for each tape deck, so you can hook it up to a mixer, and it has a pitch on each one.
Oh wow,
it's killer.
That's crazy.
It's a guy that does a whole. Is that Awesome Tapes from Africa? Have you heard of that?
Yeah,
guy?
they use the same tape deck.
Oh,
That's
wow.
why I saw it first. Like,
Wow.
oh, that's the one, the guys. I was like, oh, that's how they do it. But they're not up there.
Right.
I mean, are they? I haven't.
No, I've
I've
never
only
seen
seen
it,
them
yeah.
once, and they were just. I mean, they were pitching stuff down and playing it, but they weren't like echoing out. Maybe they are now. That was so long ago when I saw them, but yeah, they were the ones I saw using it. I was like, oh shit, they make those?
Yeah. That's actually funny you say that, and a little tie into Serato is like, yep, to our sponsor. It's funny because Steve, when he came up, Steve is one of the founders of Serato. When he was a bass player, he was trying to speed up and slow down bass lines so he could figure out, the notes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And if you had those tape, you slowed it down, the pitch would change, and he was like, "This
Oh
is what
yeah,
I'm
but
gonna do."
that's not gonna do it.
No.
You can't do it with the. Oh yeah, you can't do it as no bass player.
Yeah.
Boom, boom,
You have to
boom,
tune your
boom,
bass
boom,
down.
boom.
Yeah.
No.
So that's why he created Pitch in Time.
Oh, look at that!
Yeah. Tie-in.
Wow. but Pitch in Time was just in Pro Tools, right? Yeah, it wasn't anything as a DJ tool.
No.
When did the DJ aspect come into it?
Oh man, we just did a presentation on that. I already forgot. But I think the DJ thing, there was Scratch Studio, so that was what, 2000? Yeah.
Well, pardon me, it was 2000, right? But
Yeah.
I think 2002 was the first
SL1.
SL1 box that
Prototype
they
shit,
had.
yeah.
Prototype, yeah, absolutely.
It was a
And
long time ago.
the rest is history.
I saw A-Track was the first.
Yeah.
A-Track, yeah, he was really helpful in introducing
Yeah,
us to
he was
Rain.
at NAMM. Yeah, I remember. He
Were you
was
at NAMM?
I would. Mm-hmm.
No way.
I tried it out. It's like, this is dope. Oh my God, what is this? You mean what? You can do what? With a what? Yeah, and he was up there. I think it was a little unstable at the NAMM at that moment, but it was still popping. And then, yeah, I remember them sending it. I don't know if they sent everyone a box, but I remember getting a box. And then we did Nightlife, Beat Junkies. We had a club called Nightlife. And I remember I was like, man, I'm just gonna bring my computer. I got that Serato thing, man. And I showed up with my computer and Serato, and they were like, oh my. It was dope, man. I remember that shit. It was dope. I used to make so many tapes.
With Serato?
Oh my goodness. I used to roll up to Friday Night Flavors and just be bumping whatever mix I just made that day.
Oh,
when
wow.
it first came, like, instant doubles, Chuck. Instant doubles. You could just, everything you got doubles of.
Especially Beat Junkies. That's, you guys are doubles. You guys
Oh
created
my
the
goodness.
way we do
So
doubles.
I used to go crazy. I have to look for a CD, and because I re-record them all and then just try. That was my ride music to the show or for the week.
Wow.
But it'd be everything: the Time, Prince, some hip hop, some house. It was everything. Like, oh my God, I have doubles of every record. I started recording everything. I still haven't stopped. I'm like, oh, stop. I don't need to record everything. It's a curse. I record everything. I hate it.
Well, I got a couple questions about recording stuff.
Yeah, man, I record everything. Damn,
So-
dude.
So there's two mixtapes of yours that are like my personal favorites.
Yeah.
One of them is J.Lib versus J.Rocc.
Yep.
And the second one is, and we were talking to Babs about this the other day, is Soundbombing 2.
Yeah, me and Babu, Pro Tools. That's the first time we ever saw Pro Tools.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man, we were tripping.
Yeah, so we're...
It's just the studio magic. That's what we kept calling it. Like, yo, you can do that? Yeah, it was dope.
Where did you guys record that?
Enterprise, maybe? I think that was the name of the studio.
Where is that?
Man, I don't remember, man. It was in the valley. It was basically in a small-ass room.
Because this is all pre-Serato. This is all
Yeah. No, they
Vinyl.
pressed up the vinyl.
pressed it up.
Yeah. So me and Babs, I think we got about 3 pieces of vinyl each.
Per track?
I mean, 3 each. Like, here's your 6. Here's your 6.
Oh,
copies.
right.
You know, we both got doubles, and each record had 3 songs on one side and the instrumentals on the flip.
Oh, wow.
So it was all those songs. So everything on vinyl, and then maybe a couple ones off, and then the drops on vinyl.
Oh, wow.
They made pressed vinyl of the drops. Yeah, we knocked it out maybe in about a week. Maybe about a week, maybe a week or 2. I don't think 2 weeks, about a week.
And you guys like divided up. How did you like work
We
on
just
that
went
together?
in and did it what we did. Because the thing was, okay, so that was from Fat Beats. So me and Babs worked at Fat Beats. And
Which is
coming back.
reopening,
Yeah,
right?
it's coming back,
yep,
right?
shout out to Fat Beats. I'm
Yeah,
not
shout
working
out
there
there.
again, though. Maybe we'll come in and do some bin cleaning. But so me and Babs worked at Fat Beats, and we threw an anniversary party. And Mos Def just came out with Universal Magnetic. And
Shout out to Brooklyn.
Indeed.
Brooklyn. So Yasin.
Yasin.
So Yasin came out with Universal Magnetic, and we were throwing a Fat Beats anniversary party. And then they came and said they wanted to perform. Oh, Mos Def, Quali, they want to come out and perform. And we're like, all right, whatever, Fat Beats. You know, Universal back then wasn't super, super big, like, you know, like wasn't, you know, it just came out. Wasn't, oh, yo, Universal. It wasn't that yet. So, but he was still Mos Def. It was still like, oh, that's just dope. And people still, it wasn't like he wasn't known, but it wasn't the classic it is today. You know what I mean? It just came out. It was just the hot shit.
Because that was one of the biggest raucous records.
Yeah. It was
initially, right?
building up. It was building up. It just came out. So he comes and performs at the big thing was Reflection Eternal.
Yeah.
That was the big one.
2000
2000
seasons?
seasons.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that was
Yep.
the big one.
Yep.
So
High
everybody was on that shit.
That's
That
a
was
great
the
record.
shit. Everybody, oh, yo, that was the shit.
Yeah.
So Universal just came out. So we had Mos and Quali perform.
Wow.
And it was mainly Mos, and Quali came up, did some things. And then the guys from Raucous were there. And they heard us DJing, me and Babs. They're like, oh, you guys are dope, man. We're making this mixtape. You guys want to? And we're like, yeah, all right, word. Let's do it. So that's where we start. And then, so, yeah, we just booked the studio and just, so they heard, we made a tape. That's what it is. We made a tape of, me and Babu made a tape for that night to give away at the party. And we, like, stressed out, made like 50 copies, made them by hand, cut them. So we made tapes to give out to the people. And we gave one to the Raucous dudes. That's what it is. We gave one to them cats, and they listened to it. And that's, oh, man, you guys got to do Sound Bombing 2.
Because the Evil D did Sound Bombing.
Sound Bombing 1. And we almost did 3, but we're like, it doesn't make sense to do them back to back. You know, we didn't want to. And then so they got J.Rocc and Cypher Sounds.
Right.
Oh, that's
So
right.
that's why they're like, oh, you know what? We'll still get a beat junkie.
Yeah.
Mr. J.Rocc.
Shout out Mr. J.Rocc.
Yeah, shout out Mr.
indeed.
J.Rocc. So, yeah, so that's how that came into play.
And did Sound Bombing 3 have Get By on it? Was that time?
I don't even know.
Yeah.
That one was a little bit more jiggy.
Yeah, that's right.
That's when Raucous was trying to really make moves.
Rupert Murdoch trying to get that money.
Mhm.
Press Dad.
Yeah, that was fun, man. That was a good mix. It was first time we saw Pro Tools, first time for a lot of shit there. Damn.
What was your favorite song off that compilation or off that mix?
Shoot, I don't even know. Maybe either the Diamond D or the Cold Flow one. Those are the two
When
that
It Rains,
just
It Pours?
popped into my mind the quickest
Yeah.
for some reason.
Who did the Medina Green juggle?
I don't remember.
Oh, man.
We just went back and back. Like, you do one, I'll do the next. You do one, I'll do the next. Or I'll do these, and then you cut up over this. I haven't listened to that CD in so long. But, yeah, it's mainly, Babs, me. It's like that. I don't know who kicks it off, but, you know, we both just rotated.
Yeah, we were saying, like, it's hard to listen to those songs without them being mixed by you guys
Man, I
at this
haven't
point.
heard that CD since we made it. Probably the cassette from the studio.
Wow.
Yeah, that was fun, man. That was dope. I never even think of it because it was just a passing moment at the time. But yeah, Raucous, that's kind of it's a classic. I've heard.
Yeah, it's a piece of history,
people
man.
Considered, a mixtape, but it was all like new shit. So wasn't 12 inches that were out and all that.
That's the thing, and
Yeah.
I mean, the way they rolled that out, I thought was genius. They had the subway car, and you could buy each 12.
Oh yeah, the 12s. When they put
Yeah,
out
it's
the
like
12s.
Lego. You make it yourself. It was so dope.
Yeah, I used to sign a lot of those. We had a couple in stores, and we would do the release party. Yeah, we had a couple moments, and that's actually how I got to be Mos and Quali's DJ for a second. Was all that nonsense.
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you were Black Star DJ?
Yeah, for a second,
Wow.
for probably up until whenever whenever they refused to pay me. Owe me some money. No,
Still?
hell yeah. But they're the homies. I ain't tripping. I'll definitely still rock with them. But they have their brother. I think most brother DJs. Quali got a DJ. He's always had a DJ, and then Most has 2 DJs off bat.
Yeah, Preservation. One of them. Shout out to Preservation.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he is off bat. So, but yeah, we used to rock heavy. Boy, they need to bring me back, man. Because we would just get there, and this is pre-Serato and all that shit too. And we would just get there, and I would have their instrumentals and a couple other little things I think they would like that I grabbed from Fat Beats instrumentals or whatever. And then we would just get there and be like, "What do you want to do?" And be like, all right, boom. And then just go on. No practice. I never got to practice with those dudes. Maybe once when they did Colbert show or some shit.
Oh, great.
But that would be it. We would maybe practice once or twice. But they were fun dudes to DJ with. That was dope.
And then Stone's Throw. So you've had like a really long relationship to, going to the J-Lib
Friday
stuff.
Night Flavor Days.
Yeah.
That's what it's all from, man.
And-
Everything's a branch from something else.
From the
Like,
radio stuff.
Or just from whatever. Like, we could just start from one thing and then boom, 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 boom. Like, just you meet somebody and then you never know where that's going to take you.
Totally.
Or who that person ends up being, So, yeah, what was the question again?
Just about Stone's Throw,
Yeah,
yeah.
Stone's Throw was just through Friday Night Flavors. Like, just Wolf putting out records, putting out Charisma and putting out the early Stone's Throw stuff. He would just send me test press. And we actually did a track on a compilation. Was that Deep Concentration or some weird comp on Ohm Records or something?
I think a couple of the junkies are on this Peanut Butter Wolf Tale of 5 Cities.
That's a song off of his album, but way before that, he did a beat. And it's like around the time he was about to, him and Bab start talking about Super Duck
That's
Breaks,
right.
actually.
I heard that's the most successful Stone's Throw record.
Probably that or Mad Villain,
Yeah.
I could see. But definitely, that was a long running seller right there until...
You had to buy doubles, though. It was a package.
People bought more than doubles.
Wore them out and had to buy more.
Yeah. And then it even got bootlegged.
No way.
Yeah, someone bootlegged it.
Damn.
It was so popular. It was popping. Yeah, that was a big one for Stone Soul. But I just met him through... Did I meet him through Babu? Or just going through the Bay? I think I just met him through Babu and going to the Bay at the time. There was a club called Justice League out there. And a lot of heads... That was like the place to perform at.
Because he's Wolf's from San Jose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Wolf worked at a distribution company out there. That's how he started Stone's Throw.
Oh, okay.
So he worked at, I forgot the name of it, but there was one out there, and he actually used to call a couple, maybe Fat Beats and a couple other spots and push his stuff. So I've heard the name, and then especially Friday Night Flavors came, and I'm putting records out on my own, and he would, float me the records, and then us Babu and me and him doing a song together, and then just ended up being the homie at some point.
Yeah, shout out to Stone's Throw. I mean, they're
Yeah.
always real generous with, hooking up the records. And Kota and the homies over there.
Yeah, man, that's the crew. So yeah, I mean, ever since then, it's just been cool. He put out a record for me.
Yeah.
Put out whatever I give him. Not whatever I give him, but
But you're still making music too, and you're
yeah. I just need to get on the ball more. Just so busy recording records for Serato. See, that's what I'm saying. Man. It's the worst. But yeah, I Serato sample helps a lot. I have to say, that definitely helps a lot. But yeah, I need to get back in there. But there, he put something out for me, and they let me do edits for him every once in a while, and I'm always on tour with Wolf. He's just a homie at this point. It's just he's like the homie, so that's it.
Family.
Yeah, he's family. He's even yelled at me, so you know
you're really good friends.
Yeah. He told me one time. He's gonna hate me for telling this story, but it turned into an inside joke for me, Dilla and Madlib. It was something we would say to each other, like, you know, when you're hanging out with your boys, there's certain things you can say with them. Only you can say it with a full crowd. And,
no one's gonna get it. Yeah.
So one time, when we J-Lib tour, we were overseas, and people kept messing up Wolf's name, like they would say Wolf Peanut, or like they were just fucking up, but it kept happening, and then
it's a complex name for a lot of people.
So it just kept happening, and I'm a dick sometimes, so I kept jabbing them. Like we'll be out, and I'm like, oh, peanut butter sandwich, or like just fucking it up even more. And I was just the worst. I was the worst. And then I'm sorry, Wolf. I apologize for that. And so I kept doing that, and we were at the Jazz Cafe, and we're all upstairs hanging out, and there was another, and somebody else came in to interview him, and they were like, yo, what up, Peanut? And he was like, you could just see his head go, he was just like, Peanut? It is not peanut. It's not butter. Like, he just started going off on dude. And the dude like, oh, I'm sorry. He just had enough. And then the dude left. And then it was me, Dilla, and Madlib. We're just like talking and smoking and telling jokes. And then I'm like, hey, Peanut, man. And he was just like, yo, J.Rocc, man, don't ever call me again. Like, he just went off on me. I was like, oh. And so ever since then, we would always make fun of each other, like, yo, J.Rocc, man, don't ever call me again, man. It was the worst. But so me and Wolf passed that threshold. You know what I'm saying? I feel like once you and a buddy have yelled at each other and we're able to you're good for life. You know what I'm saying? So Wolf is my boy. So I'm just down with Stone's Throw, just period. Like, it's just the crew. It's just whatever.
Speaking of interesting names, what can you tell me about a gentleman called Flaunt Edwards?
Oh man, that's the edit cat, man. Yeah. Just edits. I feel if it's J.Rocc, you're not really gonna trip.
Right.
Like, you know, disco edit, you're like, J.Rocc, disco, J.Rocc edit, boop, and you're like, oh, what the, yo, what's going on? What's he doing? You know what I mean? If I put Flaunt, it's more like,
you know what you're gonna get.
Nah, not even that. I don't even think anybody knows. I mean, right now we're letting the cat out.
I'm sorry, man.
It's okay, man. But shit, I might get more gigs as Flaunt. It's more of just an alias, for that, not typecast. Like, I'm already known as playing, I would hope, as a DJ that plays a little bit of everything. But as far as edits and putting stuff out and just having an alias to do that, that's all. I made it up just to do disco edits, really, just to kick that off and do house edits and to be able to play a house club every once in a while.
Trying to get booked at Berghain?
Nah, I book wherever, man. As long as I can play some good stuff, man. Yeah. That's really it.
You're putting edits out, but you're putting music out as Flaunt Edwards?
Yeah, I have actually a 12 coming out on or EP, whatever you call it, on Leaving Records. Yeah, you like the hat. So yeah, Leaving Records. So yeah, me and Matthew, he's like, I'll put it out. I gave him a copy. So, but that's, like I said, some weird shit. You know what I mean? It's not just some hip hop. It's not even regular house stuff, you know.
When is that coming out?
Soon.
Okay.
Should be soon. He just got the test in recently.
dope.
Yeah, so should be soon. He's had it for a minute. He ain't tripping. He's like, oh man, he probably didn't even like it, but
They put out so many good records.
yeah,
man.
he's good, man. Leaving Records, he put out Laraji. You know, that's how I
That's
got Laraji on the show. Was
Oh,
Matt,
great.
you know.
And like Benedek and
Mhm.
Seho is, man.
Knowledge. He's the first to put
That's
out
right.
Knowledge. He's the first to put out Mind Design. He's the first to put out, you know, all those cats.
Wow.
He's definitely got his hand on the pulse of things. You know, he's in the new age right now, so he hasn't really been on the beat tip. But he got dope beats, Matthew.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Matthew David?
Yeah, Matthew David. But yeah, so Flaunt's just an alias, just to do something like that, to do disco edits and a lot of people didn't know it was me, but then a lot of people do. It's kind of cool I've had 2 cool experiences as a Flaunt, as Flaunt.
Yeah.
One cool thing was, where was I? I was somewhere at a club in downtown, and it was Chalk. I went to go just support Chalk, but it was also Chalk, Todd Terry, and Kenny Dope.
Oh, dope.
So I was like, oh man, I gotta
Heavy.
go.
Yeah,
so I was like,
heavyweights.
ooh, I gotta go. Chalk, what time you opening? No, I was joking. Oh, you at 8? No, I was joking. So I went and hung out with Chalk, and then I went to go see Kenny, and I was like, oh, what's up, Kenny? And he's like, oh man, J.Rocc. No, he didn't even. No, he's all, oh man, what's up, man? And he was with Todd Terry. He's like, yo, Todd, you know Flaunt Edwards, man? And I was like, huh? Why you don't introduce me as J.Rocc? You know what I mean? And then I've spied a few places where I've DJ'd and like be DJing, and the person before me or sometime during the night will be playing something that'll say Flaunt Edwards. I'm like, oh shit. But I don't know if they know. You know what I mean?
That is you?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah,
a lot of people really know.
That's kind of cool, though.
Yeah, a lot. That's the purpose of it.
Right.
You know, that was
I might have to
the
change now.
purpose of it.
My bad.
Nah, it's okay. It's all right. People will forget.
And you're playing this weekend in San Francisco, right? With
Yep.
a bunch of people. Are you
Do
playing?
over cats.
That's right. Are you playing as Flaunt for the do-over?
No, I'm J.Rocc, but I'm probably play house. You
Dope.
know, Flaunt's a little extravagant. You know, so Flaunt's a little bit much the way that he's presented. You know.
Will Flaunt ever go to drum and bass?
Nah, he's strictly house and disco. Cause I like at one point, a couple years ago, I got like on a real big disco kick and a real big Ron Hardy and a big. I started going super hard in the paint with just Ron Hardy mixes, going online looking for them, downloading them.
Rotary style.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got the
Yep,
Rain,
that's right.
the Rain rotary. Yeah, I was about to buy the one in Australia, then that Rain rotary came. I was like, no need for that right now, you know. Shit, and even hooked up with Serato.
Hey,
That's right.
there it is,
Yeah, even
everybody.
It even hooked up with Serato, but it just has a buzz. Mine has a buzz like in a channel,
Okay.
so I don't like to use it that much. But it sounds so. I understand why cats use the rotary. You know, they sound so. If it's made right, it sounds so clean.
That technique's totally different, though, right? I mean, for someone
That's
like
mixing.
yourself. Yeah.
That's just mixing. I just want to mix. You know, I like mixing sometimes. I don't go. I can't remember the last club I've been to where I've got up there and was like, you know, I don't really do that out as much.
Anymore?
I'll do it maybe one point if I throw in like a Quiet Storm or something, like
Right.
something that
Something classic.
makes sense.
Yeah.
But I'm not really up there the whole night. I guess the Ron Hardy shit fucked me up, like, because I got heavy into that and start hearing like edits of shit, and like he's playing edits, and then like, wow, that's dope, the way that they're doing the edits. Like I was hip to edits, but that just made me do some more research. Like, you know, I was already hip to Danny Krivit, and I was already listening to all those cats and listening to.
Dimitri from Paris.
Yeah, well, even before him, he wasn't really.
He's kind of newer.
He's kind of newer
Yeah.
with the edit thing, but it was back then. Before that was mainly Danny Krivit and Latin Rascals and whoever was doing the TD records and Bozo Mekos and like growing up. Larry Levan, yeah, but
John
even
Morales.
Larry Levan, but those cats are just mixed. They're kings of mixing shit down.
Engineers, right?
Yeah, they're taking shit. They're editing, of course. Like if you were to hear the LP version, you're like, ugh. But like you would hear a Tom Moulton mix,
right?
Like early in those days, those cats are in there like really getting busy,
messing
like,
with the stem.
If you see the name on the record, you're like, oh, that dude knows how to mix shit down. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of weird if you think about it. Like ain't nobody giving a fuck about how that record's mixed down,
right?
But in the disco days, you have an LP. And then you have like a single and it say mixed by Tom. You're like, oh shit, I'm gonna get even BT Express album. If the whole album is on the shit mix. Says big, Tom Moulton mix, you know. So, kind of learn about that. Even like, oh shit, these cats were these promo Mercury 12 inches are really different than the LP version, even though it doesn't have this different time. Like a special disco mix is really a special disco mix sometimes. You know what 100%. I mean? Like sometimes it could be just a louder press, but sometimes it really is a special disco mix. You know?
I heard in the Bay they had this this thing called Razor and Tape.
Oh shit!
Or some Razor Made. That was what it was.
Oh,
Razor
service.
Made. Yeah, they were like a record pool, and they had specific like a lot of those new wave songs, and especially I guess in the Castro district at that time that was the pop-in stuff, and that'd have special extended like disco mixes through the 80s that were kind of like that too.
Well, another big one is DiscoNet.
Right.
So DiscoNet's 80s or 70s up into the 80s, and they did a lot of disco
DJ edit style.
Yeah, they were edits. They didn't get the sessions.
Right.
So their stuff was mainly just something repeated.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Or even you bring up Razor Ultimix.
Ultimix, yeah.
Ultimix is another big one and they were so big. Some of their mixes even made it onto the major release. Like I think Tag Team. Ultimix, and I think like Two Live Crew might have took a Ultimix.
Wow.
So like they were big for a moment. So yeah, those are early edit game. But then once I learned Ron Hardy and just the Chicago, I just did too much. And then there was a book called The Disco Files, and it was basically a book of this guy. He was just his articles he wrote. I forgot the name of the magazine, but it was during the disco heyday, and every week he did an article about disco where he had a top 10 and he broke down the new releases of the week. And then besides his top 10, he would get top 10s from all the DJs around the country. And he would have Larry Levan in there. He would have David Macuso in there. Like he has the heavy hitters, and he got Bob from St. Louis. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shout out Bob.
Hey, it's democratic. That's good. I like that.
So they got a little bit of everybody in the book. And it's that even was like, damn, this is crazy.
What book is this?
The Disco Files.
The Disco Files.
Yeah, it's so,
essential reading.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely one of those books where you're like, oh, it's not even reading. It's just, it's not something where you can go all the way to 78 and start from 78.
Oh, dope.
You know what I mean? It's broken down by year and broken down by
label,
year, month, and week. So it's every week. Well, like I was saying, every week, and then there's that's what it was. There's a year-end chart at the end, but it's dope. And you can see the rise and the fall of disco with the book.
Oh, right.
It's not written as a book, but it's just charts.
That's such an interesting.
You can see this week's new disco release, and then by 78, it's another flooded market, and then another cookie cut. So-and-so's trying to sound like Donna Summer, and Donna Summer, but you can see what's hot at the time. Like, was Donna Summer really hot? Or, not saying she wasn't, but you could see what every DJ, BT Express, like all that shit was just popping.
That's a crazy arc, though, that disco arc, hey?
Yeah, because it wasn't really, that's the begin, because that is the beginning of house for the most part,
That's right, yeah. Very true.
And a lot of that And a lot of what Ron Hardy was playing was just edits of all that stuff, of the disco stuff. And that's what became, because that's what they started making up. Well, I'm not from Chicago, so they'll be like, you know what I'm talking about. But they, from what I understand, I'll start off with that. From my point of view, is Ron Hardy used to always play this edit of Isaac Hayes called Can't Turn Around. And then it came a point where they would take it and recreate it on the drum machine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that's what
The turning point.
Marshall Jefferson, dun, 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 I'm not going to sing it right, but
That's all good.
the big hit, Marshall Jefferson, I can't turn around.
Oh, okay, so it's like a cover.
It's a cover of the Isaac Hayes
Wow.
edit, basically.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so they went in and just remade that, and then went to another one. So that's how House started. Basically, was all them cats just trying to recreate these edits, and then, but on drum machines and keyboards.
Kind of like, I guess, how Africa Bambaataa tried to recreate.
Yeah,
like
he tried to do
Yeah.
Planet Rock, his Kraftwerk,
Yeah.
and he wanted to do numbers.
Numbers, right, yeah.
And even Egyptian Lover, he wanted to do a song just for his name. That's what, and
Egypt,
he's
Egypt.
replaying Egypt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what if I make a hip hop song about me playing Egypt theme?
Shout out to
There
Egyptian
you go.
Lover.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the beginning of a creative process. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
of
that's-
biting stuff.
That's so cool, though. Like,
Yeah.
you know, when you think about it, it's evolution, right?
Yeah,
It's musical
100%.
evolution.
100%.
Talking about musical evolution, you have a school.
Yeah,
that
Beat Junkie
you're,
School.
You're passing
That's
on
right.
like all this knowledge and information and skill.
Not this
onto
deep, but
well,
yeah.
true.
Oh,
but-
you got it, though. Some
No,
point,
they
sure.
get it. Yeah, they get it.
Yeah, but yeah, talk to us about the institute.
The Institute is our school, Beat Junkie Institute of Sound. It's in Glendale, San Fernando Road. I forgot the address, but it's on San Fernando Road. But we just opened up a school, and we just wanted to give back a little bit, and maybe I think a couple of us wanted to teach a little bit more. Like Babu and Chalk are heavy over there.
Chalk has his background in teaching.
Yeah,
so,
that's what I'm saying. So Chalk's real good at teaching. So I think we just had, at one moment, we just had a point where everybody was just got, as a crew, we got together and just like, what do you guys think about opening up a school, you know? Let's teach some cats on how to DJ, give back to what we know, and also have a place for us to hang out, for us to be homies and hang out. Like, it's not just a school. It's definitely a school, a place that we want people to come and teach, but it's also kind of like our dojo too. Like, it's where we're there.
You guys kind of create a community, too. You have the
It's
open
a
tables.
dope community. It's so dope.
Yeah.
It's like just walking in there. That's what I mean. It's kind of like our dojo, where you kind of into our world. Like, even being a student, because like even being a student, you're being taught by Babs or Chalk or Red or me or Mello. At some point, you're being taught by all of us. At some point, you're gonna meet
Everyone.
everyone.
Yeah.
At some point, you're gonna run into one of us. You'll come to the school and just hang out with us. And we have open turntables after classes. So I think after a while, everyone, as a student, gets to cut it up with one of us. Like, I may not go there to teach one day, but I may just be hanging out, talking to Silos or the other people that work there,
Yeah.
talking to somebody else, or just hanging out with Babs or something.
Or meet
And-
other students. And
Or,
yeah.
well, I may just drop by, not even with the
Oh, right.
intention of hanging out with students or doing anything. And I'll just come, hey, what's up, y'all? And then, there'll be a middle of class, but then we'll all get busy together at the end of the night, and everybody will cut it up. And it's definitely more of a community thing. It's dope teaching cats and showing them a different way of DJing. Not to say our way is the correct way or anything, but just a different way of DJing, and keeping kind of a K-Day legacy, a mixed master
Totally.
at this point.
And I think that's what's really cool is that, like, you know, sure you said,
But we don't sell it as a K-Day mixed
Right.
master. Like, we're just, but Beat Junkie style is basically
from that.
from that.
Yeah,
you know
totally.
what I mean?
I think also that, you know, you guys, even if it's the correct way or not, it's kind of different. You know, you're going to attract people that want to learn your
Yeah.
way. It's kind of a unique position. I mean, I'm not trying to throw shade at other schools, but you guys are. It's very few times you, as a student, you can go and learn from somebody that you listen to, or as a mentor that you have some kind of like inspiration from, and you can talk to that person. And that the fact that it's a community too. You guys are providing a space that doesn't really exist right now, as far as like, you know, that record store you said you worked at Fat Beats or something. You know, I used to work at a record store too, and that was often a
there's
place
a vibe there, man.
you could just chat and have
yep.
that dialogue, and a lot of that learning comes from that. I think that's pretty amazing that you guys, and you have the record store in there as well, right?
Yeah, but it's like used hip hop stuff. It's not, you're not gonna come and get the newest heat or anything.
Yeah.
But you know, if it's mainly a record store, we kind of made the school all in house, so they're not. I kind of think of it as this. Like they're not explaining it. This is just my point of view. I just
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't speak. I'm not speaking for any of them at all. I'm speaking just for me. But
Yep.
it's kind of like a one shop in house. Like you could come. You want to learn how to DJ? Come on. We're going to teach. No disrespect to Serato, but you know, we're going to teach you how on vinyl first.
Yep.
Like you don't deserve this. Like we had to work for this.
Yep.
Like yes, it's out. Yes, you can download it, but to fully understand it, to not fuck you up if you rely just on your computer and you don't know how to do it really on your headphones, and you got a thing. So we teach you how on vinyl first. So that's the first thing. And then once we feel like at some point in, you know, whatever, not lesson, but, you know, the different tier of the school, when you get to that tier, you bring in your computer. Then you start doing the lessons that we're teaching you. We start doing that on Serato, but we bring in, you know, other modes of Serato and tell you what this does, what that does, and
You're prepared for it though a bit better that way.
yeah,
I guess,
you're not now at this point. You're not just getting up there and you're like, "What's absolute mode? What's relative mode? How do I mix? What's on beat? What do you mean dropping on the one? What do you mean relative mode? What do you mean key lock? What do you mean what do you mean double snare? Like that's just too much at once. So at first, you know, we like even people complain that you're like, "Why are you teaching me how to scratch first?"
Yeah.
Like the first beginning of the lessons are scratching, like not like we're getting people that don't know jack. You know what I'm saying? They're just, yo, we want to learn how to DJ.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, or oh my god, I seen someone DJ before and I want to learn too, and like, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
You know, and then we teach you like first you gotta learn how to go on beat. Like you gotta and then go or you don't chirp.
So it's a very physical.
Just rubs, learn how to do a baby scratch, like just to bring it in on the one.
Right.
Before you even learn how to mix, like we'll learn, you're going to get the beat matching and all that, but let's learn first the basics of a baby scratch and a couple other little things to help you in your mix and bring in your mix. And then we also teach you mixing and all that. Everything, but then also we got the record store is what you were saying.
Yeah.
But all that's old stuff and doubles, that's to help out you when you're starting with the vinyl. Like you want us, if you don't want to just have what we have given you to learn, and you instead of running down to Amoeba and trying to pick up some records,
Right, that's very expensive these days.
Yeah, so and they're cheap, so just come on. A record that's probably $30 somewhere else is going to be $7, you know, at our spot. So and then we have our gear or whatever, and then we have the open turntables, and then every once in a while we'll throw an event, like a 1-year anniversary. We just do that. We just
congratulations
on
your 1
year. We did the DMC there.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we're trying to be the DJ spot, hands down. Like anything to do with DJing, come to our school and fuck with us. Like we want to be like that spot. Like all the other schools are dope. Everybody has their thing, but we're more of a community.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we want to be more of a, oh, what's up, J.Rocc? If you see me out, like, at the club, I don't want it to be,
Don't talk to me.
yeah, I don't want, you know, I want it to be, yo, what's up? You know, we ain't got to, like, talk forever, but, you know.
Like this, you mean?
But, you know, like, I'm not, it's not standoffish.
You're
Like,
not,
if
you're
I
not
see-
professor.
Yeah, like, we're not at the school. Say what's up, you know, thank you for coming, you know, that type of shit. But
That's going to be a new challenge for you too, because have you taught before, or is this kind of like a new lane?
that's a new lane.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in there. What I teach, fortunately, I teach Serato, so it's nerded out.
Shout out to
my
our sponsor.
class.
Yeah.
My class is like the super nerded out class. Like, but I'm not teaching basic Serato. I'm teaching under the hood.
Advanced.
Yeah, kind of advanced and beat match, beat grid. I'll teach y'all a little bit whatever you teach me. I'll take that and then use what I learn on my own, and then flip that and then teach them whatever. So that
J.Rocc style.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
And then
dope.
we'll do J.Rocc style drills and, you know, that type of stuff, doubles of something and cue points or needle drop. I did that one once. Like,
Oh, dope.
yeah, like we redid 10cc Johnny the
Oh, wow.
yeah, and then so 1 2 3 4, so dun, dun, you know that was like a routine I used to do. That was dope when you guys put that shit out. Like, when we did a Stone Throw tour, and my set was just doing Donuts originals.
Oh, man, I wished I'd seen that.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Is there any footage of that anywhere?
I don't know.
Oh, man.
So then I would just do them all. And the thing with him was a lot of those originals, you need key lock. And I think you guys just put out key lock or some shit.
Oh, Pitch in Time?
Nah, Pitch in Time wasn't
just
out.
key
It was
lock.
just key lock, baby.
Oh, really?
It was key lock and the needle drop one was out.
Oh, okay.
There was no Pitch in Time yet, I don't think.
Oh, not in the software.
Not in the
No.
software, not in the software,
Yeah, that's
not
right.
in the DJ software, no. So I would do my set and I would do that. I would
That's dope.
go through 1 through 5 and just do a whole set that way. And it was dope because you could do it because a lot of those Dilla tracks are pitch shift, are not pitch in time, but they were a wave. He had waves, so he had a wave plug-in
Oh.
where he could slow the pitch down and all
I was
that.
always wondering how he did that, because
Yeah.
Donuts is like, you know, I think everybody when that came out was like,
Yeah.
what the hell? How did he do that? Like,
Yeah.
what's going on here?
So he had a wave plug-in where he just did the pitch.
I mean, there's even a track on there, Waves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'll leave it out there.
Okay,
Never
yeah.
mind. Yeah, he used some pitch. So when Serato came out with the key lock, I was like, oh, I'll just do a whole set of Dilla now. Because you couldn't do that before. You couldn't do a set and then try to mix in one of the songs, because if I have this one, it's not going to be, the key
Yeah.
is different.
That's right. Yeah. It'd be a
That
little
was
slow.
it, yeah.
Pitch
I was
down.
nerdy out, man.
All right, I guess just wrapping up here. We've
Yeah, man.
covered actually a lot of the things
Been
we
yapping,
want to ask.
man. Yeah, you never found that list of mixtapes.
No.
That's okay.
It seems to have disappeared, but I know that there was a lot of Dr. Dre mixes in there.
Yeah,
It
that was the heavy influence, man.
Yeah.
That was my probably number one, at least.
That must have.
As far as mixing.
did he ask? Like, did he reach out to you?
Nah, that was through Apple. Well, I mean, some of the aftermath. The funny thing is, this is okay. I guess I was supposed to do it because when they first started it, they were asking me, and it was Aftermath asking, and then they were like, yo, we're starting a show. But they were trying out everybody. It wasn't just ask J.Rocc and have it. Dr. Dre don't know who to be. Fuck J.Rocc. You know what I'm saying? Not like that.
No.
But I'm saying before even thing was popping.
Because he knows knowledge. I mean, he did the Anderson .Paak stuff. He must have heard it about you.
Yeah, but all that, everything is a branch from something. So even the knowledge track is like, there's a guy, Eric Coleman. He takes photos, right?
Okay.
Back to Matthew David. Matthew David leaving records. Everything is connected in this fucking world.
Yeah, for sure.
So leaving records they put out the Knowledge double tape.
Beat tape.
Yep.
Yep.
Anthology or something. Coleman's a beathead, and he was rocking that tape at a photo shoot for Kendrick. And then Kendrick
That's
heard
right,
that.
the mama shit, right?
And Kendrick heard that beat and was like, yo. And so then they went to go, this is just all kind of nerdy backstory.
No, this is what we're here for.
So then they went to go and clear that sample, and then Homegirl was like, nah, let me just sing on it.
Layla Hathaway.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
why
what
she
happened?
That's why she ended up on it.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
And so then they cleared the sample. That's because that's how. Is that for the first time Dre heard Knowledge, you think?
Probably.
And then, because then
For sure.
there was the No Worries thing, and that's how Anderson got on, right?
Oh, well, I think Anderson, there was already, yeah. I don't know what came first, No Worries or that Knowledge track, Mama.
Right.
I don't know I don't know if that,
Well, I definitely heard the Knowledge and Kendrick thing first.
okay. So,
And then it must have been somewhere around there. I mean, I could only assume. I have
yeah,
no
so
idea.
Anderson, yeah, I mean, that was probably part of how we got signed, besides Malibu, you know what I
Yo,
mean?
Malibu's so dope.
Yeah, besides Malibu, but Dre wanted Anderson. As soon as he heard him, probably like,
Yeah.
I want that cat.
Because then he did all Compton, right? Did all over that.
He's all
Oh,
over
man.
Compton, yep.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Premier's on Compton too.
That's right.
I've played with Premier once or twice maybe, but he's a cool dude. I don't know him. I know him, but I always tell people that the relationship where you have with people is how you get introduced to them. So I didn't get introduced to Premier as like, yo, J-Rocc. I got introduced Premier as, yo, this is J-Rocc. Yo, what's up, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, just some basic shit.
Yeah.
Like, so, like,
I can relate.
so,
Yeah.
like, Pete Rock, like, I was introduced to Pete Rock, like, yo, this is J-Rocc, Pete, yo, you know, and then Breaking Bread, oh, yeah, everybody, now, and me and Pete, like, yo, what's up? That's the homie, like,
Yeah.
text, yo, check this beat out, like, weird shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would never have thought of, like, getting a text, Pete Rock, you know, oh, shit, my nigga Pete,
Yeah.
you know, but,
For real. Well, shoot, we should probably wrap this up.
okay, man. Yeah, we've been yapping forever, man. Thank you, man.
And,
Thank you, OP, man.
yo.
OP's been quiet, man.
Hey, well, you know,
I've been talking
I
too
want to hear you
much.
talk. I want to hear
Yeah,
the
I've been
stories.
yap over here.
You got a lot to say.
Nah, but thank you guys, man, for definitely having me to yap it up over here on your first premiere podcast
That's it.
featuring Matt and OP. Are you guys gonna be the two fully all time, man? That's my question.
Wanna
Definitely
mix
gonna
it
have
up
to
a little
try.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, you know,
I think we'll probably have one in New York
we absolutely will.
with OP. And then when we're out here, maybe Sonny James, Mr. Sonny James.
Yeah, I was about to say you have to include Sonny James, man. He's not just a great cameraman,
He's a very
and
knowledgeable,
sound guy.
incredibly good
knowledgeable.
DJ.
Yeah,
He's the
man.
man.
Yep. You guys only
Doing his
have
best.
class working for you guys,
Hey.
man. How you like them apples? man?
I guess that we took influence from the Junkies.
Oh man, look at that. Doo-doo-doo. Nah, but you guys are definitely a class act, man. You guys always look out at Serato from, like I said, day one, it's SL1, when I got that mug and looked at like a fool for DJing on my computer. You can do all that on your computer? Like, yeah, man.
We kind of keep it going, so
No, I know. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what the future holds, man. I really can't. Whatever that entails for you, for Serato. There's a lot of features. I'm not going to talk about it, but there's a feature that I loved that's gone. And then but the way you guys improve each and every time is dope. So, I mean, the future had nothing to do with you guys. That was that music shit that you guys had that you turned me on a long time
yep,
ago.
that came and went.
Yeah,
We can say
man.
that it was Pulse Locker
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
because it's come and gone. It's coming, you know.
Nah, that was the shit, man.
Yeah.
No, I just like how it keeps updating, and and I've said this before, and I know we will wrap it up, but I feel Serato makes you, if you're a good DJ, it'll make you like a dope ass DJ if you can get it right. You know what I'm saying? There's so many features. You don't necessarily need to use so many features,
That's right.
but I definitely feel like it's a thing that helps out the DJ. I've always said that. It makes you. I used to say it makes you Superman. Like you turn a DJ into Superman because you just. I'll have to dub you some of the CDs. Like I just used to burn 80-minute CDs and just go for broke. I mean, for broke.
I'm telling you, man. If you can find any of them, man, please.
Oh, I have them
please
all.
do.
I know where they all are. Like probably 100 or something. I'm not gonna give you that many.
No,
You
no,
don't
no.
need all
Yeah.
that, but
You choose one or
like,
two,
damn,
man.
I don't want that many mixes, man. Just give me one. Just one's good, man.
No,
But
it'd be great for people to be able to hear, though. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, it's really rough. So I got to put a disclaimer on it, but it'd be really rough. Might be some pushing, might be some offbeat, but it was so new at the time when it came out. It was just so crazy to be able to have tunes and just do doubles and shit. Man, I'm telling you. Ever since then, I've just been on a recording record mission, dude. It's a curse, man. I hate it.
Well, you buy a lot of records, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I record almost every single one. Like, I used to burn them all on CD before you guys could record into. Oh, my goodness, man. Anyways, enough, man. I can go on about recording for days.
Well, thank you so much,
No,
Jay.
thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, Matt. Thank
Yes,
you,
indeed.
OP. Thank
No
you.
doubt.
Thank you, fellas.
Yes,
All right.
indeed.
Thank you, Sonny James.
Thank you, Sonny James.
We out.
We
We
out.
out.
Serato, man. Come on now.
Thank you, Serato.
Yeah. I'm out.